everybody, welcome back. This is Kelly Loves K-Pop. I am doing a reading today on Enhypen's Heeseung, I believe is how you pronounce their name. We're going to do a personality reading and then we're going to do an ideal partner reading. As always, this is a tarot reading. I'm not affiliated with anyone. Ooh, hold on a second. Sorry, it looked like my camera was a little bit off center there. I hope that's right now. Yeah, okay. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I'm not affiliated with any companies. Also, thank you everyone so much for the request. I try to get to everyone's request, but the queue is rather long. So if you want to see your reading anytime in the near future, I do request a donation on my Ko-fi page. The link is in the description along with my Tumblr where you can make any and all requests. Okay, guys? Let's go ahead and get started with this reading. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance if this reading's a little choppy. I'm still getting over a cold. Still winter, cold and flu season, all that jazz. So I got a little bit of a cough, but otherwise, I think we're doing okay. Oops. Look up Mr. Heeseung. Looks like he's a Libra. I've been trying to look up everyone's zodiac signs before the reading. Helps me get a little bit of a vibe for them. All right. Feeling like some reversals need to be shuffled in here. So I hope everyone else has been staying healthy, taking care of themselves. Man, it's already been a rough start to the year, huh? 2021 is just deciding it's going to kick all of our butts. All right, Heeseung, tell us about yourself, sir. Okay. So we have Saboteur in the Shadow, which is induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. So again, he may be a bit self-sabotaging in nature. Said with a couple of these upright, I don't think he's necessarily into sabotaging others, but we'll see as the reading goes on if, excuse me, if it explains more about this first card. I always feel like the first card is kind of the dominant aspect in this reading, but with all personality readings, this is a small aspect of their personality. Also, these people are young, they're growing, so if you see anything negative you don't like, just know, just like anybody else, you kind of grow out of phases of things as you get older and you get experience in life, so don't take it too much to heart, okay, guys? Servant in the light attribute is a delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So yeah, with these two together, there's no way I feel like he's into sabotaging other people. It's definitely more, he may have a self-confidence issue. He may have negative thoughts that undermine his own performance or his own self-confidence. So slave in the light attribute is surrendering to your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So he may feel like he's on his path, you know, he may feel like this is where he's meant to be. This is probably the job he's always wanted to do. You know, he's trusting in his divine calling to push him forward, but he needs to also trust himself as much as he trusts the divine. So let's see, storyteller in the light is ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So, I mean, he's a performer, so stories and symbols, I mean, music videos, he's a creative. So this is his calling. This is where he's meant to be, and he knows that. So visionary in the shadow is selling insights to the highest bidder or compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So as much as this is his calling, part of his self-sabotage may be that he is watering down what he wants to do. He may be a much more edgy, a much more divisively creative person. He may know that it's not his time yet to put his true artistic vision out in the world, or he may worry that other people just aren't going to like it. I mean, how many times have we wanted to say or do something and we feel like, well, you know, I'm the only person that likes this kind of stuff. So he may be into different types of music. He may be into darker or more unique imagery than he's getting to show right now. And that may be something that that troubles him a bit. We also have Queen in the Shadow, which is becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So again, this may be part of his self-sabotaging ways, is that maybe he's not necessarily the best at taking criticism. Again, either he's probably hiding aspects of himself because he knows it's not the most acceptable. But I do think he lets that stuff like get under his skin. So he just needs to get better at knowing when's the right fight. Just because he may have a demanding or controlling nature doesn't mean he's always like putting it out there. I think especially in idol society, they know that they can't always show that side of themselves, but it doesn't mean they're not thinking it. So I do think he's just got some growing to do. I think he has a vision for himself, and he's frustrated that he has to maybe water himself down to get ahead in his career. So hopefully in the future he'll get more chances to open up and show what he really wants to do. But I do think it's very frustrating and upsetting for him not to have like full creative control of what he's doing right now. That's very much the vibe I'm getting from Heeseung. I think he's a very, very driven individual. Definitely probably wants to experiment and try new things that he's not getting the opportunity to or being allowed to do at the moment. So we'll go ahead and do the ideal partner reading now. I'll go ahead and pull. If you've never seen my ideal partner readings, they're generally gender neutral. I do 6 more personality archetype cards, and then I do my spell casting oracle cards, and I layer that reading so that you know, we get a little bit more depth into. This is like a list of ideals. I've gotten corrections in other videos where people are like, oh, well, they say this. Yes. This isn't like it's deal breaker. This is like if you had a wish list of things you could have in a partner, or just like your desires, or even things that are just necessarily probably best suited for you to complement you. That's what this reading is. You, or when I say you, I mean them, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it may not always be exactly what they say, because, you know, when they're giving interviews, they're going to give you, you know, the shortest, most direct answer usually. Plus they have expectations on, you know, their roles and stuff. They're not always able to say everything. And again, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes only, so take it with a grain of salt. Again, if you see something you don't like, don't worry. Again, also where people are at right now, it's not where they'll be forever. This is just what looks like it would be good for them right now. Okay? The future is not written in stone. Okay. Let's go. Okay, and then I'll shuffle these. Okay, let's go ahead and layer these bad boys. Actually, make sure they're all looking good for you guys. Okay. Okay, interesting stuff. Let's go. So we have the artist in the shadow, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. So, yeah, like we saw in the previous drawing that he's having some self-sabotaging issues. He's having some negativity surrounding like his career. So I think in a partner, he's going to be looking for someone who helps mend those things, helps heal them, brings closure, brings like more reality and gravity to those situations. You know, or even someone that he's willing to necessarily maybe leave these, you know, this career behind for. All the same, I think he's idealizing someone who can help with these feelings, you know, these negative aspects mentally he has with his career and how he's moving forward with his creative endeavors, right? We have mentor in the shadow, which is inability to allow the student to move on. Inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction and talent. So, sometimes this mentor card, I also view it as like someone who isn't able to see themselves going from the student archetype to the mentor, like not considering themselves a master of their craft, always kind of downplaying their role or being told that they're not good enough. And I think this is, you know, and ideally he wants someone that's going to help him understand his talent, or that sees his talent, or that views him as someone that is, you know, able to be a teacher. Again, these vibes are like maybe going from being an idol to being more of a mentor, right? Being someone other people look up to. That's what we're getting so far. We have bully in the light. So highlights the tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And this is definitely playing on all of this. This is his inner dialogue, right? So there's someone that sets him free from that, someone that, you know, gives him closure, lets him realize, sees, I mean, almost like someone who shows you how, you know, through their eyes, how they see you through their eyes, to give you a better picture. Because a lot of times when you're only looking at your goal, you only see the distance between you and the goal. You don't always see the progress you've made since the start. So that's very much the vibe I'm getting. Looks like we have another one. So companion in the shadow is betrayal by misusing confidence, as loss of personal identity, and then trust. So he's definitely, again, I feel like he may be surrounded by people telling him he's not good enough, or that what he wants to do is too much. Again, we talked about him having to water himself down. This is about finding trust in oneself. This is about someone, again, that's giving him closure, that's telling him he is good enough, that he is farther along than he thinks, and he needs to trust himself. Someone that really builds up his self-confidence is what I'm seeing. Again, we have Queen. Radiates regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others' infertility. I mean, this sounds like he's definitely the type that wants to have children in the future, someone who looks for a very nurturing partner, someone who's going to just really, really love the role of the you know, the Empress tarot card just keeps coming to my mind. But like, yeah, someone who maybe wants to have children, maybe wants to have a lot of children, and is going to be very much in control of their home, the domicile of the home life, right? So that's an ideal we're having here. And then Vampire in the Light is makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force and spirit guide. So also this is someone who will align him break him away of these people that are draining him, that are energy vampires, that are tearing him down, and is going to bring, again, that divine connection. I think we saw before that he is trusting in the divine to push him along his path, but he needs to feel more in control of that path and shed away people that are not serving him. So really, in a lot of these readings, I see that their ideal partner is someone who makes them feel complete, makes them feel whole, helps them work through their problems. Again, these are problems he's going through at the moment. So he's going to look for someone who is going to help him with those things. But in the future, this is just reads to me as someone who helps build his confidence, gives him closure, and pushes away people who do not serve his better good, sees himself, trusts in himself and his creative side to, to be more free in who he is. So thank you, Anon, for your request. Again, I wish the best for Enhypen. I really don't know too much about them. So I will, if anybody recommends, like, what song are you enjoying by them? What should I go check out? I am totally new to this group. So, send me some recommendations if you're an Enhypen fan. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys, soon. Please take care of each other and take care of yourselves. All right. Bye.